Welcome. In this video we are going to discuss the membrane potentials and the axon transmission. We are going to explain the term membrane potential. We are going to explain types of membrane potentials, which are resting potential and an action potential. We are going to describe the meaning of polarization, depolarization, repolarization, and the hyperpolarization of the membrane. This is a diagram to illustrate what happened to the inside of a cell and the outside of a cell, specifically across the axon membrane. Across the axon membrane, inside the membrane there is a high concentration of a potassium and a small amount of sodium and chloride ions. But the outside of the membrane there is high concentration of sodium and the chloride ions. So inside the membrane there is a net negative charge, but the outside the membrane there is a net of positive charge. Membrane potential. The membrane potential is the difference in electric potential between the interior and the exterior of a cell. So the difference in electric potential between the interior of a cell and the exterior of a cell, that we call it a membrane potential. Electric potential is due to difference in charges, positive and negative charge, which is measured with respect to the exterior of a cell. So remember that the membrane potential is measured with respect to the exterior of a cell, and it is usually measured in millivolt. Example, saying a membrane potential is negative 70 millivolt, it means that the inside of a cell has more negative charge, 70 millivolt greater than the outside of a cell, since the membrane potential is with respect to the outside of a cell. Types of membrane potentials. We have two types of membrane potentials, which are resting potential and action membrane potential. So we have resting potential and action potential. Resting potential. Resting potential is the potential difference when the axon is not conducting an impulse. So when the axon is at resting or it does not conduct an impulse, the potential difference is what we call the resting potential. During the resting potential, inside the cell is more negative than the outside of a cell, and it is negative 70 millivolt inside of the cell and positive 70 millivolt outside the cell. So the net potential difference is zero. The membrane is said to be polarized because the outside of a cell is positive and the inside of a cell is negative of the same magnitude. So the net potential difference is zero and the membrane is said to be polarized. Let us discuss the charge distribution during the resting potential. When you look at the inside of a cell, there will be more potassium ions and minor ions such as chloride ion and carboxylate ions. But the outside of a cell there is more sodium ions and chloride ions. So those are the charge distribution during the resting potential. Those charge distribution cause the inside of a cell to be more negative, but the outside of a cell to be more positive. Factors that determine or maintain the resting potential. The resting potential, that is negative 70 millivolt inside the cell and positive 70 millivolt outside the cell, is maintained by the factors. The first factor is the sodium and potassium pump. During the sodium and potassium pump, 3 sodium ions are being pumped outside the cell and the 2 potassium ions are pumped inward the cell against the concentration gradient, because the potassium are being pumped inside the cell and sodium are being pumped outside the cell. Now remember, the outside of your cell there is a more concentration of sodium, but the inside of your cell there is more concentration of potassium ions. So the pumping is again the concentration gradient, and this require ATP as a source of energy. This causes outside the cell to have more concentration of sodium than inside of a cell, and hence the inside of a cell will have a more negative charge, but the outside of a cell will have a more positive charge. That maintains the resting potential of a cell. The second factor is membrane permeability. During the resting membrane potential, potassium is more permeable to the membrane compared to sodium ions. Thus, there is a movement of potassium ion from the inside the cell to the outside of a cell, because the potassium has higher concentration inside the cell and the membrane is more permeable to the potassium ion. They move from the inside of a cell to the outside of a cell. This tends to create a net of negative charge inside the cell and a net of positive charge outside the cell, and this maintains the resting membrane potential. This is the diagram to illustrate the sodium and potassium pump and the movement of potassium from the inside of a cell to the outside of a cell, because the membrane is more permeable to the potassium ion during the resting membrane potential. This is another diagram to illustrate the sodium and potassium pump, because during the resting potential there is a sodium and potassium pump that utilize ATP as a source of energy to pump 3 sodium ions outside the cell and pumping the 2 potassium ions to enter inside the cell. This creates a net of negative charge inside the cell and a net of positive charge outside the cell. Action potential. The action potential is the potential difference across the nerve cell membrane when it conducts a nerve impulse. This occurs during transmission of nerve impulses, and during the transmission of nerve impulses, the impulse causes the change in potential across the axon from the value of negative 70 mV inside the cell to the positive inside the value of about positive 40 mV. So this is, we call it an action potential. Causes of action potential. Action potential is the result of change in sodium ion channel and some potassium channel that are known as gated channel. So during the action potential, there is a sudden opening of the sodium gates. This happens in response to the stimulus, and after the opening of a sodium gates, it causes the sodium ion to enter inside the cell and increase the number of positive charge inside the cell. At this time, the membrane is said to be depolarized. The opening of a sodium gate during an action potential encourages more influx of sodium ion inside the cell. This is because the sodium gates are more sensitive to the depolarization. So the opening of a gas after the arrival of impulse causes the more influx of a sodium ion inside the cell. So the greater the depolarization, the more the gates that are open. This is the example of what you call the positive feedback. This is the graph to illustrate an action potential in which the stimulus, after reaching the threshold value, the depolarization begins, which is due to the influx of sodium ions. After the influx of sodium ion, the action potential has been reached the peak, which is positive 40 mV. After the action potential, the process of repolarization begins, that is the returning of the membrane to its resting state, which is due to outflux of potassium ion. The resting in some membrane, there is a hyperpolarization, which is due to the level of closing of a potassium ion gates, which cause the membrane to deviate from its normal resting state, that in the membrane become more negative. This is another diagram to illustrate what I had explained in the previous slide. we are going to define some terms like a threshold potential, depolarization, repolarization, and hyperpolarization. Threshold potential. This is the minimum potential for depolarization of the membrane to occur to initiate an action potential. So the minimum potential, which is about negative 50 millivolt, is called a threshold potential, because once the stimulus reaches that minimum potential, it is more likely to cause an action potential. Depolarization. Depolarization is the change in the membrane potential during an action potential that results into the decrease in negative charge inside the cell. Depolarization is due to the influx of sodium ions. After the influx of sodium ion, it causes the membrane potential to change from negative 70 millivolt to positive 40 millivolt. So this is depolarization. Repolarization. Repolarization is the restoring back of the membrane resting potential after depolarization. So after the process of depolarization, the restoration of the membrane potential back to the resting potential is known as the repolarization. Repolarization is due to efflux or outward movement of the potassium ions after the action potential. But this process causes more potassium ion to move outside the cell, and because the more negative inside the cell than before, this is overshoot, and it is called the hyperpolarization. So the hyperpolarization is due to the further movement of the potassium ion outside the cell during the process of repolarization. This is called the more negative inside the cell, and this is called the hyperpolarization. After repolarization, sodium and potassium pump work again to maintain the resting membrane potential. Hyperpolarization is a change in cell potential that makes it more negative, that is negative 80 millivolt than the normal resting potential. This occurs due to slightly delay of closing of potassium gate channel during the repolarization, and this causes more potassium efflux and causes more negative charge inside the cell than the normal resting membrane potential, because the normal membrane resting potential is negative 70 millivolt, but during the hyperpolarization the membrane becomes more negative, that is negative 80 millivolt.